evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We are back with the full crew. While I mess with something, why don't we go ahead and have Travis say hi?
Hello. I will be playing Victor Oswald, and I am action hero extraordinaire.
And then Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry. I play as James. I'm the medic, the historian. And yeah.
Joey.
Hi, I am playing Connor Leone, and I am the third most dangerous man in this group.
I'm the first.
That's what I should say. I'm the least dangerous.
And Bri.
Hi, I'm Bri. I'm showing my face on camera again because I realized that I could just stream it through OBS. I will be playing Bernadette Brandt, who is the most dangerous woman on the team.
There's a lot of qualifiers flying around here.
To be fair, you're the most dangerous and the most safe. Because you're the only one. You fit all of them.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Some luck refreshes. So, development mode is on. Go ahead and roll your luck.
Alrighty. Let's roll our luck.
Whee!
Hey, I got luck.
There it is. Ooh, 7 points. Nice.
Wait, who did I roll? Okay.
Woohoo!
So, Bernie just has full luck.
I've got Connor luck now. I might need
You should
to
use some of that.
Yeah.
You should use that.
I might need
My
to be using that here
goodness.
pretty quick.
Okay, that's all of you, I believe.
I was about to say, now I feel better and safe with 68.
Last week, the group of you followed up on a lead you got from your pal Faraz Najjar. You drove out to a small village called El Wasta, where you had to look around for a little bit to meet the Nuri that he told you about. She turned out to be an old woman with pretty severe disabilities who had a bad encounter with the cult, both she and her son, that left them disfigured. She was unable to communicate. The only thing she really did was direct you to a piece of stone with mysterious symbols carved into it, which she indicated you should take with you, and then she lapsed back into silence and was no longer communicative. James, on the trip back to Cairo, was able to examine the stone a bit. He determined that it is limestone of a sort that was used to dress the outside of the pyramids. This one is of a pinkish hue that matches only the red pyramid. Both of the symbols, there are portions of a couple symbols carved into it. It looks like possibly something similar to the Eye of Horus and part of an inverted Ankh.
Alright.
All of you arrived back at your hotel. You rested for the night, and the next morning, Birdie was going to. I don't know. We've got a couple of psychics in the group, and you've. I feel like you're getting a little more open about your use of your sensitive abilities here.
At least one of them. At least one of them.
Yeah, James is the only one that knows about what's his face, Theodore.
Theodore never explained what happened.
He never explained, but I'm
You can
the
have
only one who knows
suspicions.
something's going on over there.
You can have suspicions, but there's no explanation given.
But
You're
Birdie, you
using
said
some kind of magic and you broke the lock
you
to where
wanted
none of us could open it.
you
Yes,
wanted
I
than
want to
use
try to
prying it
use
off.
my psychometry on this thing.
Yeah. So we can clear off the space on the table. You can set it down. You can. I'm gonna assume you sit down, but you can stand if you prefer.
No, sitting down. After what happened with the drawing.
So go ahead and you'll sit there for a few minutes concentrating. You'll roll your psychometry and spend a d6 plus 4 magic points.
Okay. Okay, so there's my magic. So that's half my magic. And nope. There we go. Oh no.
Yeah, isn't it fun that that's not necessarily good for you?
Oh no. Also, lucky number 7 on both of those.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Let's see. I think you're going to this calls for pretty strong impression here. Usually this is meant to give you vague, like you get a sense of the sex, possibly of the height, something like that, of a person who's handled it before, or the history of the object. I think you're going to find your mind casting backwards several thousand years, and you're going to feel the power of a priest. Not just casting magic, but like carving symbols into the stone and singing spells the entire time. You're going to feel, and then you're going to feel an acceleration of just weathering, like long years of the desert wind beating against the capstone of a pyramid. Until finally, there's an impression of a blonde American man.
Is this a familiar blonde American man?
That might be a little too specific.
Okay.
We're gonna have you roll a sanity check when you're done with this, and we'll determine how much of this, like, if you can piece that together.
Okay.
But you can feel this blonde American man putting his hands all over the capstone of this pyramid, speaking a few words, and then the stone cracking and the power going out of it. And with that experience of a few thousand years blasting through your mind in just a few minutes, I need you to make the sanity check, please.
Okay.
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 So it's just going to be 1 point.
A little too much information.
And you will be able to pull it together. You are reasonably certain that was Roger Carlisle.
Birdie is going to stand up, walk over to the bathroom, and throw up.
That seems reasonable.
I'm just gonna look over at the others and be like, "That's new. I think.
After a couple minutes, she's going to wash her face, come back out. Sorry. This is the capstone off of the pyramid, and I'm fairly certain Mr. Carlyle is the one who broke it. And she's gonna pull out a flask and take just a short swig.
James is going to look over at Victor.
What's up?
Do you think you could do what you did with that gold bar back in Peru with this at the pyramid?
Maybe. Can I look at the inscriptions? I do have mythos.
Okay.
When they started talking about the gold bar in Peru, Connor was barely paying attention. He perks up and has a chill down his spine.
You want me to roll it?
Because that place was awful.
Mm-hmm.
It was. But he did manage to mend that gold bar back into place, sealing whatever was out.
Yeah. It is not unreasonable to conclude you could do something similar here. That, again, is just what the carving looks like. But yes, if you want to see if you can make anything out of this, you're free to roll your mythos.
Yeah. I'll spend 8. I'll spend 8.
8 laka.
Yeah. Yeah, this is part of my character. I need to be able to know mythos things.
Okay. So there was... I think you weren't here when they were at the museum. Getting the story of the Black Pharaoh. But there was a part of the legend that said, let's see. Yeah. The bent pyramid at Dashur supposedly holds the body of the sorcerer who was known as the Black Pharaoh. And the red pyramid, built by the same pharaoh, is said to guard Dashur to prevent Neferenka, the Black Pharaoh, from rising from the dead. These symbols, like putting that together with the story you just heard from Birdie about Roger Carlyle breaking it, you have seen sealing symbols before. Now, what you saw in Peru wouldn't be exactly the same as this. It was a different culture, a different time. But they had the same sort of energy running through them. Like they were conduits for the same energy in the same way that electric circuits work. The gold, before you pounded it into the wall, was dead. This stone feels the same way. It's dead. There is no power in it.
Would it be fair to say if whatever was inside got out, it wouldn't be able to pin it back?
Well, what you heard from Dr. Kafur wasn't that anything was actually sealed inside the Red Pyramid. It was just there, like, the sorcerer is sealed in the Bent Pyramid, and the Red Pyramid is there to guard the shore against his rising from the dead. That's, like, it's hard to put any more information together without further investigation.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Hard to say. Things like this are very hit or miss.
This might be a bit of a long shot. But I do have insane recall.
Okay. What are you trying to recall with it?
Do I remember the songs that the priest was singing while he was carving the inscriptions? Would I remember that?
That's a fair question. Let me take a look at how your ability works.
Gain a bonus die to education, knowledge, or skill rolls when trying to remember information.
Okay.
If I fail, I lose a point of sanity and go a little crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, this... I think that would work, honestly. That's worth a try if you want to do it. I think it's going to be... Looks like your int and edu are the same, so it doesn't matter which one you roll.
Mm-hmm. Even so, I think intelligence makes a little bit more sense for this. Oh, come on! Years of memorizing hymns!
Oh no. Well, you get one more die, remember.
Oh,
You
I do
didn't
get
roll
2
that as
die?
a bonus.
Oh, whoops.
Mm.
Whoops.
So just roll a
Whoopsie.
10-sided die.
Whoopsie whoopsie. I get to do a what?
One 10-sided die. And it
Okay.
might replace the 8. Okay, that is a 57, which does pass.
That is a hard success, but it does pass. Okay.
Well, it's a regular success.
Oh, it is a regular success? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
you have
never
a
mind.
60.
Yay.
So, but this actually isn't going to be like remembering hymns. This is going to be like a weeaboo who does not know Japanese but does know Japanese songs.
Damn! Quote that right now.
Oh, I have never felt so called out.
So, yeah, you can stand there and, like, if you choose to, whether you're muttering it under your breath or whether you actually start singing out loud, you have no idea what these words mean. But you can kind of start singing what the priest was singing. And you do actually have somebody in the room who knows ancient Egyptian. Thing is, ancient
Well, to
Egyptian is a
say-
dead language. And
I was about to say,
And so the
Would I
pronunciation
know
wouldn't
this?
quite be there anyway.
right. So I think that James is going to have to roll his Egyptian to see if he can put it
Alright.
together. And I think it's going to be hard.
ooh.
You got that, Bri?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That went hard for no reason, Andrew. Ooh.
Okay.
Push it. Push the roll.
I'm not sure how you could push this.
Spend all your luck.
I have one idea on how I could push this.
Yeah, you know what? You actually can, aren't you? You're set up for this.
But this might hurt me.
Do
might-
it!
Do it.
Okay,
I just rolled my risk.
We ball!
You know what? You know what? I like the idea. I'll use my insane language and see if I
When I chose these talents for you two, I did not plan this one bit. This is synchronicity.
I love it.
Oh.
So what do I have to do?
Let's see. Okay. So you're going to have to roll The effect lasts long enough to conduct an initial reading of a tome, conduct a conversation, or listen to a speech, so you can listen to the song. The effective skill is 75%. We're going to have you roll that. And if you fail the roll, you forget your native tongue for 1d6 days.
Before they burn me at the stake for doing something to James.
But you have a
So how am I rolling
75%
this?
chance, so you're most likely going to be okay here.
I just
Most
rolled
likely.
normal
Just roll a d100.
dice.
Which you can do from the calculator at the bottom there. Yeah. No problem. You're
No.
okay.
Hey!
Good.
So yeah, you feel like you have this odd sensation in your mind where as she's singing these words out, you're seeing the hieroglyphs in your mind's eye, matching them up, beginning to understand how ancient Egyptian was, if not spoken, then at least sung.
All right.
And you're going to hear what's a prayer and a request for protection. They're imploring the sun god. They're imploring possibly a god that people don't really remember anymore. It feels like they're imploring a god of healing,
Can
protection against the sorcerer.
I roll? Okay. I'm gonna add something crazy to this just to make sure, like, we cover all of our bases. Can I roll language to like I know that there's not one for one like translations, but I just want to write down the words, like how they sound, phonetics, the phonetics of it.
To be honest, I think I could just let James do that.
I was about to say,
Okay.
I feel like I'd be writing this. I'd be listening to it, hearing it, and I would be kind of just like reaching over somewhere to grab a piece of paper and a pen
The rest of you
and just
in the
start
room,
writing some of it down.
it looks like some real manic energy going on between the two of them.
Some real wild shit's going on.
I'm gonna go out for a smoke because this is a lot of stuff I don't like people doing. This is
Yeah, go
very displeasuring. Only I can do that.
Connor
bad.
casually pouring Birdie a drink whenever she comes out of it.
Jean will comment he's left one cult to join another. But yeah, at the end of it, you have like you apparently have a spell of protection.
Hey! Magic! Oh. I feel like that's the most useful my psychometry's ever been.
Yeah, and it actually didn't even harm you.
Yeah! Oh.
So yeah, you got some pretty darn good information out of that thing. I'm going to assume that you're working at a pretty manic rate. I'm going to assume that you've got all of that down within an hour. So still in the morning,
Yeah.
still plenty of time to do stuff today.
So the bars are still open.
You don't need a bar.
But I can drop one.
I'm the one dropping bars. You left the room.
You fixed and you broke bars. You did not. I'm sorry. You fixed a bar, gold bar, and then
It's just. It's okay.
broke
It's okay.
lots.
We're beating the joke to death.
It's a dead horse. Let it be. Let it be.
No, I'll continue beating the dead horse.
I'll get a bigger stick to beat the dead horse.
But Yeah, no, as soon as we've got it entirely down, Birdie is just going to grab the drink and down it in one big chug.
I will share with them what that song was, informing them that it is a spell of protection. Or basically, kind of like a spell. It's a song of protection. There we go.
Song, spell, same difference. I think this would be a good time to try some of the local coffee.
Yeah, if you want to head out to the street, there are, I don't know what the word actually is, but there's some sort of cafes open where you can get local coffee. You can get the type that's brewed in the sand. You can get all sorts of stuff that to you is very exotic and around here is normal.
I'm going to ask
recommended.
I'm going to ask our guide what he recommends.
Okay. Yeah. He will. It's very clear that he's working for you full time, whether you're requiring him at the moment or not. So he's waiting around the hotel whenever you are ready to leave in the morning. He will take you to his uncle's shop and set you up with some coffee and ask what sorts of sites would you like to see today. There are many more interesting things than a rundown old village.
I'm going to look at the others. I think the first thing we need to do is try to fix the cap on that pyramid.
Do we know where those men came from, by the way, that attacked us the other day?
You kind of got. I assume you booked it as soon as it was possible to do that. You do not. I mean, you can be pretty sure they're part of the cult.
Oh yeah.
You were in a room with the door closed when they kind of surrounded you.
Do we have any information about the cult itself?
You are aware that a local businessman named Omar Al-Shakti is the high priest of the cult.
Yep.
And it is the same cult that you fought in England.
The Bloody Tongue, right?
That's in New York.
No.
This
No,
is
that's
the Brotherhood
New
of the
York.
Black Pharaoh.
Gotcha.
You also.
What shop does he run?
Oh, it's not like that. When I say,
Okay.
this is a rich guy.
Okay.
If you decide to ask around about him, you can ask people in the shop if you like, because you don't have a better starting place right now. Your guide Ibby will tell you that as far as he knows, yeah, he's heard the name. He's a rich. He's got a cotton plantation outside of town. He does a lot of international business, but apart from him just being a rich guy in town, he doesn't know a whole lot. Some people in there will tell you that they've had that he gives money to help the poor. He's a great man. Some people will clam up and refuse to tell you anything. Even leave the shop when you ask about him. It becomes very clear that nobody here has any personal experience with the man, though. It's all things they've heard.
He doesn't have any. So, as far as we know, he has a plantation. Does he have any other businesses? Any other places he frequents it?
Let's see. Oh, come on. Where's my notes on this guy?
I ask tough questions only. This
Okay.
man sent people to kill me. I'm going to kill him.
Ugh.
If you
Yeah,
want a job done,
people-
you do it yourself.
No. It's actually
Hmm?
you get a little bit of. You kind of get the same thing from them that you're getting from me, where once they start thinking about it harder, they're like, "Yeah, I don't know. He's just one of those rich business people, you know."
Hmm.
He's. I know he does some importing and exporting. But what specifically he does, that's above my head.
Okay.
Uh, if you talk to a few people, you can get not exactly directions directly to his house, but the location, like what road you have to go down, and you'll find it.
So, I don't know what anyone else's plan is right now, but I'll be forward. I'm just thinking about visiting the plantation either via, I'm looking for a job. I heard this is a place to work, or,
The pyramid first.
oh, I mean, okay.
I won't lie.
I mean, you guys can start doing that. I can always start my own ventures.
I feel like
No.
we might need you on mending, seeing as I don't think any of us know how to do that.
Yeah, we do have only one high priest here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan then? Where are we going? Otherwise, I'm gonna just start doing stuff. I'm telling you guys this right now. You got like 5 minutes to decide. This is a threat.
And
Uh-huh.
Or was it the red pyramid?
Yeah. So, what you know from talking to Dr. Ali is that these the pharaoh, I think it was Neferu, built. He started building a pyramid to contain the Black Pharaoh, but it collapsed during construction. And so he had another pyramid that was already kind of being constructed, converted over to be his tomb. That's the bent pyramid. And at least according to this story, that's why it changes angles. It seems that the purpose of it changed and they had to change the construction. The red pyramid was built nearby, and according to Kafur again, to help protect against the Black Pharaoh's return.
I think getting that to work again, so we have that extra protection, might be a good idea.
Yeah, we don't want to be fighting the things that came out while trying to seal them away again.
Yeah.
Is that your plan for the day then?
I think so.
Okay. Then, okay. So your guide will tell you that yes, he can take you to those pyramids. Dashur is about 20 miles south of Cairo. He'll mention that if you want to keep going in that direction, there's Medum where the collapsed pyramid is.
Maybe we'll go there after.
he will. It's his cousin's car that you're borrowing because there aren't like car rental agencies, but he always he knows lots of people.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So he will hire his cousin's car again for the day. Connor, you obviously are adept at driving.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just dragons onto the scene.
So I'm noticing a couple things.
What are you noticing?
See the red pyramid? That looks like another pyramid over here.
Yep, that is the bent pyramid on the right, the red pyramid on the left.
All right, and then I'm noticing a bunch of holes over here.
Yeah. Let's see. So, the red pyramid, it looks like a lot of the cladding of the pyramid itself is worn off over the centuries. The bent pyramid, however, most of the limestone is still in place. And
All right.
honestly, it is awe-inspiring even in this shape. What it must have looked like when it was first completed, you can't imagine. There are other tourists in the area, fewer than at the larger pyramids at Giza, but this is still a popular site. And there are guards, there are soldiers standing around at the entrances to the pyramids. You'll recall from your discussions with Dr. Kafour that supposedly there's some sort of hidden chamber inside of the bent pyramid. But this is a legend and not something that anybody has ever accessed in living memory.
Well, I'm immediately going over to the base of the red pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure that the piece that I have is covered. Actually, I'm gonna leave it covered in the vehicle
Okay.
before thinking about even taking it in, just because of the guards.
That might be wise.
I don't want to get in trouble with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can put it into the trunk of the car, put a blanket over it just to be doubly sure. Birdie, you said you're walking over to the base of the red pyramid?
Yep.
Everybody doing the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so.
Fuck it, we ball.
Then yeah, as you get closer, this is not one of the largest pyramids, but it is still just really impressive. The closer you get, the more insignificant you feel next to this work of engineering. And the age is really going to strike you. Birdie especially. You're going to think back to that vision you had of all the thousands of years this thing has been here.
I feel a little nauseous again.
I take it all in and then I just go forward. I don't care. I've seen things that'll shake man to his core.
Okay. So you walk up to it. There are a few guards standing around. There are some tourists. They're taking some pictures. What would you like to do?
Is there a way, like, is it obvious that people are being allowed to climb the pyramid? Or are they being kept at arm's distance?
I think people before that, you do see a couple of people climb, but they're all talking to the guards first.
Okay.
And seeing what you're, kind of getting an idea of what you're doing, your guide is going to tell you it's not exactly customary, but it's often a good idea to express your gratitude for the guards' hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Bribe money.
Thank you. We'll be sure to do that.
Okay. How do you want to handle that then?
How much pocket money do I usually carry?
Speaking of that, there's a good chance that your lawyer back in New York, it's been a little while. He's probably, out of the hospital, probably getting back to work. Might be time to wire him. And give him an update on your progress and also your expenses so you can replenish some of your expense funds.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to go and say that it would probably be a good idea and would make sense that James has a notebook out and he's just kind of like either sketching some stuff, just the look of the pyramid, and he's probably writing down some stuff.
Makes sense to me. Bertie, this does not need to be an extended thing. Or whoever is going to approach the guards. If you're willing to just either hand over some money or try to find some way to charm them, you shouldn't have any issues.
Could do either, but I think at this point, Birdie's not feeling particularly charming.
Okay.
Do we want to try to take the stone up with us?
At the moment, I left it in the vehicle just because we don't know where this spot is. So let's find it first before we try and place it somewhere.
You don't think they'll find it suspicious that we go up more than once?
Just tell them we're researchers. We're getting
Looking the part.
exact measurements. And we're grateful that they're able to keep this pristine monument intact. Something like that. I don't know. I don't talk to people. I hate people.
You give them the strategy. Ibby will do the actual talking because most likely they speak Arabic.
Well, I have. I looked at the number and then promptly forgot it.
Yeah, you can spend $50
yeah.
a day. So
Yeah. I'll slap 40 into Eby's hand to give to them.
he
tell
will give
him
you 20 back. This is absolutely
A little
ridiculous.
excessive.
About
But we appreciate it.
And this is 20 to be split among 4 guards. That's going to be plenty for this.
All right.
Like, he's going to tell, like, not in so many words, but he's like, you're not bribing the ambassador here. This is... People give them a small amount of money to be allowed to climb the pyramid.
Fair. Please let them know we are greatly appreciative for their efforts out here. And we'd like to do a little bit of research, if at all possible.
Yeah, you will be... He'll tell you that they say don't try to take anything and don't damage the pyramid. But you're free to take a closer look.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll start heading up.
Yeah.
In that case.
I'll do the same.
Is this kind of a leisurely thing? I feel like you're probably not hurried.
Trying not to be hurried. It is very hot outside.
It is hot out. But I don't... Like, if you're just taking your time and getting up there, there's no need for a roll. We don't need to make you roll climb or anything, so... All 4 of you heading up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You pass a couple of English people, like a couple of older English people who are just remarking on the... They tell you, dear, it's very nice up there, but watch your footing. It's a long way to fall back down.
Are we gonna have to roll climb?
No, because you're not... Like, there's no danger here. If you were being chased up a pyramid, then you'd roll climb.
Okay.
But yeah, you can make your way up, take your time, probably takes about 20 minutes. And you're up near the capstone. At which point, I know you're planning to take a close look at it. Just wondering if there's something more appropriate than spot hidden. I'm not sure. Either that or archaeology.
Either works with me.
Yeah, archaeology is really the most appropriate, I think.
Yeah. So, that's gonna be right on you, James.
$72 is a success. That's pretty good skill, man.
I was hoping for a 12. I won't lie. I saw that.
No, you spend a little time climbing around, looking at it from the different angles. You find where... So as I mentioned, a lot of the cladding of this pyramid is gone. Like, worn away, perhaps carted away to make other buildings over those centuries. But after examining it for a bit, you find where the stone that you've been handling since last night would have come from. And what you find is that this was apparently broken into at least 2 pieces, and you do not see the other half.
Damn. So we still have another piece we have to find first.
Well, this is at least better knowledge, and it's a good thing we didn't bring up the piece.
Fair. And we don't have any idea what the rest of the inscription would have looked like.
I think you would have some idea. Like, you've got this memory of the guy carving it, and James has seen at least similar symbols before.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other symbols around looking like, if they're still intact?
Well, that's kind of the thing. It looks like the symbols on the capstone itself were what was destroyed and carried away. They might have been preserved beyond natural means by the sigils and spells in them. Whereas the rest of the pyramid, there's really no way to know whether it was once covered with magical sigils all over, or if it was plain finished limestone like most pyramids are, because it's all been carted away.
Damn, double damn.
Of course, the bent pyramid is right over there with most of its cladding still intact. Bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
It is just nice finished stone, worn down over the years.
Yeah.
With no, at least from over here, you don't see any indication that it had sigils carved all over. From up here, looking around to, I'm gonna say Connor and Victor, you're probably less interested in, like, actually looking at this pyramid. So, as you kind of look around the desert and at the ground, looking over at the other pyramid, you're going to see that there are 2 entrances, one of which has 4 soldiers standing around the steps up to it, which would be the northern entrance. There's also a western entrance that is just kind of a wooden barricade, but it doesn't have any guards around it. You can also see that the people that were up here with you are packing up into a bus that's heading off, not a bus, like a tram, but that's then heading off back to town. And you can see another group of tourists on their way out.
Well, if we know that there's still more that we need to get, or I don't think the guards would take too kindly to us carving new sigils in.
No.
Should we plan to come back some time in the evening? When we're less likely to be seen?
Are we planning on what's our goal? Finding the other piece or making a new one?
I think maybe trying to find the other piece.
Alright. That's the
Because
plan.
there's only
That's the plan.
one man.
I don't think we have the tools to carve. I mean, it
Fair.
probably wouldn't be too hard to get. But we don't have them still. I don't know if any of us are even qualified to even doing that.
Oh, doubtful.
Hey, James, I would like you to make an idea roll for me, which is just your int. You're good at that, so we should be fine here.
A deal roll?
Yeah, just roll your int. Yeah.
Oh!
Dang, okay.
Let's
okay.
go!
You, I believe, are the only one here who has read Life as a God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as you're standing here, it's going to come back to you. This is a diary written by an English artist named Crompton, who came to Egypt and became a minor priest of the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh. It was clear to you from your reading that he had completely lost his mind by the time he wrote it. So you don't know how reliable it is. But he describes a hidden throne room inside the bent pyramid.
Yep.
He says its external angles were magnificent. By their hideous beauty, I was enraptured and enthralled. Through the twisted doors to the jeweled throne of darkness, I came with all reverence and humility, to gaze upon scenes of celestial majesty and rebirth. When the 6 lights were lit, and the great words said, then he came, in all the grace and splendor of the higher planes, and I longed to sever my veins so that my life might flow into his being and make part of me a god.
Well then. Do we need to visit the bent pyramid then?
You gonna bring this up, James?
Would I, since I still have 2 weeks left to actually finish the complete book, would I actually know how to fully get there?
The relevant passages are probably not going to become clearer with further reading. You can read what it says in content there on the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what's relevant to what we're discussing right now.
All right.
Further reading of it is going to get you all of the mythos knowledge you can from the book, but that's pretty much the extent of what it'll get you. You've read the entire thing a couple times at this point. It's just going back through over and over and making notes to really grasp what it's saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
Don't mind me. Passing a note to GM.
Then, yeah, I will mention that I read a book talking about this. I won't say that I have the book still. Just because of Victor.
I mean, he knows we have books.
I will say I don't have the book anymore. I will purposely lie. I'm not handing over that book.
Fair enough.
I slaughtered that word. Don't mind it.
It's cool. I mean, you've been told. You are a high priest of something.
Okay.
It's up to you to decide if you think it's the same god using a different aspect.
What was okay.
And it's also up to you if you embrace that. Because so far you seemed reluctant.
I have seen.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
I'm just plotting ideals in my head.
Yep. You can decide that you have some stuff to think about and get out of here for now. You can decide we gotta get in there. It's entirely up to you.
We can check out the inside of this pyramid. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We find the 5th dimension chamber, like...
Hey, Fluffy? Hey, Fluffy?
Yeah, what's
hey,
up?
Fluffy? Why would you curse us with those words? Why would you do that to us?
What's the worst that could happen?
Well, what's the worst that could happen? Literally.
You die?
Literally. You think I'm afraid of death? I am above death.
Really starting to sound like the priest of a mad god.
I mean, at least I won't be randomly told to make him a better priest.
To babysit him. Do we want to try to get into the other pyramid?
We could always split up.
Not after last time. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'd like all
Did
of
the
you.
last 2 times we split up? No.
I'd like all of you to stay together if possible, because it ends up with a bunch of time where only half the group gets to play at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, next time we split up, Birdie is going with Victor, and she is not going to come back with him. Not
If you're gonna
afraid of
shoot
death.
me, make sure I'm dead. At
Double
least I
tap.
come back. You're gonna have one chance. One.
Okay.
They all get one. They mess it up. They're done. I'm sorry. I'm getting my murderer mindset. I'm gonna go.
I have a 95 in shoot, Fluffy.
Okay. I'll take at least one bullet, and then it's my shotgun. But we're sidetracking right now. We're sidetracking right now. I'm going to go in
Do we
towards the
want?
temple.
Yeah. Do we want to go into the other pyramid?
What time is it right now?
It's only 20 miles south. Probably no later than 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
All right. And I believe you said there was a side that was barricaded with no one.
Yeah. So you actually would know that the Bent Pyramid is the only pyramid that has a northern entrance. The northern entrance is the one that has steps up to it and guards standing around the entrance. Although you have seen at least one group of tourists go inside, accompanied by a guard. But on the western side of the pyramid, there's another entrance that is just completely barricaded with wood. And there's nobody standing around it, nobody going inside that way.
That sounds like the side I want.
If we avoid those northern guards and we go to the western, we might be able to get in.
Possibly.
Do we need a distraction?
There's an empty. I'm just gonna walk towards the empty one.
Okay. If you want to try to get over there without anybody like realizing you're there, like it's fine to just walk around there. Nobody's gonna stop you. But if you want to get real close and you're obviously gonna start messing with it, then I'm gonna ask for like a stealth check. Yep. So
All right.
you can mosey on over, looking like you're uninterested, and then getting in real close up against the barricade when nobody's around.
I'm gonna look back up at everyone else. Grab a plank. Just kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I guess we're going in.
You can knock on it a little bit. And you find there are a couple of loose boards. Are you waiting for the others, or are you just heading in by yourself?
I'll slip in if I can get myself in, but I'm not gonna go any deeper. I'm not gonna completely split the party. I'm gonna get this ball rolling though.
What do you have with you for light?
Yeah.
A flashlight.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
this is the 1930s. I have a Zippo.
You have a Zippo? I like it.
I have a Zippo.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
sneak
that's-
over too.
I think that's enough. We don't need to have everybody roll stealth and try to make somebody fail.
Thank you. I'm not trying to stealth again.
If all of you are heading in, then you can head over.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna be adventure cool by the time they get down there. I'm gonna use one of the planks with like a piece of clothing that I ripped off myself because like I'm a hobo. I don't care about clothing. Wrap it around. Use the Zippo to light it.
I regret having tried to like get you decent clothing before.
Yeah. So, Victor, it's going to light up, and you're seeing white stone, alabaster pillars. And when James gets in here, he can tell you that this looks like a funerary chamber.
All right.
What's that mean, James? What's the cultural impact of this?
You can BS something if you want, or you can just say, well, it's where somebody was buried.
I'll just say it's where someone is buried. I'll just be blunt about it. There's nothing exactly fully special. It's just where someone's buried. It's just a little burial chamber.
Give me 1 second.
Or kind of like that.
But looking around, there really aren't artifacts in here. It's been closed off to the public, but it looks like whatever, if there was anything in here, and it's not clear whether there was, it's been moved out already. Apart from these statues, and...
Ooh. Everybody else is invisible for me.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah.
Is anybody else having that issue?
Nope, I can see everybody.
Okay.
I'm just going to reload quick.
Okay.
If I was a crazy cultist, I would put a 5th dimensional plane around here. Given that the dead are is another world unto itself, if I was going to have a chamber, I think I'm going to put it right here. I think we're onto something. These are all great ideals by me.
Where in the name of God are you getting this 5th dimensional?
That's what the chamber was like a different dimension,
I don't
right?
even know what he's talking about.
Did I just zone out for that bit and just kind of
We
like
don't
latched on
understand.
when I thought it was cool?
Did you think...
The knowledge of dimensions is weird.
When I said funerary, did you think I said 5th dimensional?
I just remember there being a secret chamber and like the dimensions were weird.
Oh, you're talking about in the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the dimensions of the pyramid were glorious, as in the shape of the pyramid.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
he
that it was
He got real excited about the fact that this pyramid doesn't have straight, like, sides.
Oh. I got real excited over something trivial.
Well,
You heard a word.
Because he claims that there's a secret chamber inside this pyramid. The fact that he's getting really excited about something mundane might indicate that, you know, it looks mundane, but it's not. Or it might just indicate that this guy's completely lost his mind.
And there's always a little bit of truth in insanity. Look at me.
Uh-huh.
So is there any inscriptions on these heads?
No, not really.
No.
These, in fact, I think the art might be making it look a little fancier than it really is.
Yeah, it looks gold painted.
It does. Anything that was real expensive has been moved out, if it was ever here at all. There's just a few statues in here, and I don't blame the guy. Statues look cool like this.
Mm-hmm.
And alabaster pillars at the very back, but there is that statue of kind of a pharaoh in the center there.
Is it made out of like white marble?
Yeah, you're not sure what stone it is. It is startlingly white. Like, even in the dim light of your little half-assed torch, it's just sparkling.
I'ma touch it.
Okay.
See, I was gonna say the same thing, but I was gonna roll magic to touch it.
I mean, we both can touch it. There's nothing wrong with more people touching it. What's the worst that could happen, right, Andrew? Like,
Sure.
Stop
Will
guys,
you
saying
stop
that.
saying that?
I
Every
was
time you
going to
say that,
you know what?
he
I was
adds
going in
something.
on touching it and figure out what kind of stone it is, but now you just said that I don't really want to touch it.
So now 2 of you are touching it. Both of you go ahead and roll spot hidden.
yes, let's go. Spot hidden. Oh no, that's firearms.
Yeah, so you will both find, like looking over this thing, you're both going to find there's the, you look over the statue. You don't really find anything special about it, but you both realize at the same time there is a carefully hidden hinge inside the pillar on the right-hand side. With a little more messing around, you managed to get a door to pop open and swing out towards you.
I was the one who did that. We're not gonna lie about this, are we? Right? Like, you're like, huh? That's weird. I'm like, huh? Click.
No, we're both doing it, you ass.
You're the one who's hesitant. Okay, I'm all for
I'm
this.
listening. I'm listening to our storyteller. Excuse you. I'm paying attention, Mr. Fifth Dimension.
Just wait. You're gonna be surprised. We're gonna find a 5th dimension, and I was right all along. But I will, back to character. Victor's gonna look at the hole in the wall, look back at everyone else. Who wants to go first?
Okay,
Birdie
I'm
walks
walking
in.
through first.
Ladies first.
Alright.
I assume it's on
Notebook
this
still
side.
in one hand. I'm gonna look over and tell Victor to follow me, so I have some light.
Connor, I assume you're going to.
Yes.
Okay.
The chaotic energy I bring.
Oh no.
Yeah. You find 20 steps leading up to a series of ramps, ascending towards the interior of the pyramid's capstone. And as you head up these twisting ramps, you get near the top, and through an asymmetrical arch, you see a large room with some sort of pictorial wall carvings, bas-reliefs all around it. 6 pillars, 5 feet high, and in the center, raised on a dais, a throne. And, yeah, this...
Does anything on like the walls? Does any of this look familiar?
Let's see. Go ahead and you can roll either Egyptian or Mythos.
Can I roll Mythos?
You can.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. We're doing stuff.
Yeah. So the 2 of you are going to be coming at this from different angles, but it's not quite the same manic energy that Birdie had with James earlier, but the 2 of you are going to put together this story between Mythos knowledge and being able to actually read the writing on the wall. It seems to be maybe a prophecy, maybe a promise, but the glyphs tell the impending birth of the child of Nyarlathotep within the mountain of the Black Wind.
Okay, okay. Mountain of the Black Wind.
Sorry.
Well, that
The
doesn't
child of what?
sound.
The child of Nyarlathotep.
Can I roll again for that name?
You've heard that name before.
Oh, I've heard that name before.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard that.
We've
name.
heard that name
I don't remember.
several times.
Yeah.
It also says that vast destruction heralds the Great Birth. Although, what type of destruction that means? Not entirely clear.
Could be anything from the Great War to something worse.
So that's the wall behind the throne. While the two of them are puzzling that out, what are the other two doing?
What happens if I use more magic points than I actually have again? It takes out my health.
Yep.
I'm going to do something very dumb.
Okay.
I'm walking right up to that throne, and I'm going to use my psychometry on the throne.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do that?
See, that was the other thing I was going to ask. Does this at all look familiar in that kind of like vision that I had?
Oh.
This doesn't... I'm not sure what vision you're referring to.
When I was captured, and they did that
Okay.
that little vision
Yeah.
ish kind of thing.
I don't...
Where
I don't think you actually saw this room, no. But
No.
it does, like, that book you read, Life as a God, it was very clearly describing this room. Birdie, the scale of this might be a little bit off, but like it feels like the scale of the room itself is off when you came in here, and the closer you get to the throne, the more it towers above you.
See, you gave me the. Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, and I'm not telling you not to, but I am telling you.
I know.
consider it.
Is this a putting on the golden mask? Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you'll recall, he got a lot of information, and it's affected the plot.
Yeah.
Do what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah. I'll give it a try.
All right,
That's 1d6 plus 4 magic, right?
that's right.
Oof. Alright, so that takes 3 health off me and I'm out of magic.
Try not to get an extreme success this time.
No promises. Okay.
Okay. So the first thing you feel is just like you start. It hurts. Like touching this stone hurts. In fact, you pull your hand away to see if you're bleeding, and you're not. But it feels like like something horrible happened to your hand when you were touching this throne.
I'm backing right away from it.
You also feel.
Nope.
Also feel like if you really want to get a sense of what's going on with that thing, you might have to sit in it. But that's what you're doing. How about Connor?
Okay, so give me a rundown of what I'm seeing here.
So, this is a weird chamber that as you walk around, it seems to change size. Birdie is... From where you're standing, Birdie's just standing like next to a normal-sized throne. But if you get closer to her, you're going to find the throne towering above both of you. James and Victor kind of immediately went to the opposite wall, the wall behind the throne, and they're like talking about what those weird pictures on the wall mean. You see these 5-foot-high pillars, 6 5-foot-high pillars around the room, each of them with kind of a weird stone sitting on top. And all of the other walls are covered in carvings as well. You'll see Birdie go over and put her hand on this throne, and it's a weird thing because you see at the same time she's just kind of standing next to it, putting her hand on it, and she's looking way up in the air, and she has her hand above her head on it. And it seems like every time you look, it's a different version of that scene.
Yeah, Connor is going to try and get Birdie to, like, wake up from this, because this is bad. Like, this is a bad place to be zoning out in.
Oh, she's not zoning out right now.
No, she's
As a
not.
matter of fact, she's holding her hand, cringing, and looking at it very seriously.
But yeah, you can walk over and have a conversation with her. She's not zoned out at all.
Okay. Connor will casually, So, how screwed are we?
I'm not sure yet. I'm going to down my entire flask, start humming that song to myself, and climb into the throne.
Okay.
I was gonna do that. I was gonna take the bullet for the team.
You already got yours!
I waited. I waited.
You already got your connection to the dark god.
Yay, everybody's
Someone
getting a
else a
connection.
chance. Everybody but James.
Okay.
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah, Connor, she climbs up into this throne.
Very much still humming that song that I heard the priest humming.
Do I by any chance turn around just to go and look?
Yeah, the two of you have been like talking this over, but you're not like entranced by it. So you can see Birdie actually climb into that throne.
Does it look
Simultaneously
weird at all from
climbing into it and just sitting in it.
Yes, exactly. You have the same weird effect where like it is simultaneously an enormous throne that she has to climb up into and a normal human-sized throne that she just sits in.
Connor is kind of shocked that she would even decide to do this.
And it will come back to you from the book. When the six lights were lit, and the great word said, then he came.
Six lights were lit.
Yeah.
Are there 6 lights lit?
There are not, but there are 6 pillars, each with a... Now that you're looking closer, some sort of alien stone on each of them.
Oh, that's good and not good.
And you
I guess I'll
also-
just keep an eye on them.
You can also decide whether you're more interested in what Birdie's doing or in looking at some of the other walls, because the two of you pretty much figured this one out already.
I'm paying attention to what's happening in the center.
Okay.
I'm not so much paying attention to what's happening in the center as now I'm more paying attention to the pillars.
Okay. Yeah, you walk over. They remain about 5 feet. They don't change in size as you move around. You get closer to them, and they are. Let's see. Does it describe them in detail? Yeah, they're just. They are made out of the same white stone as the pillars that were out in the other chamber. They're about 5 feet tall, and on top of each of them is a gemstone that, at a close distance, you're not a geologist, but you don't recognize it. It seems weird. What do you have?
All right.
Is it just Victor walking around with a torch, or does everybody have something now?
I definitely also have a Zippo.
Okay.
Stealing all my things. Stealing
Yeah.
all my things.
Yeah.
It's a useful tool. What are you complaining about?
Yeah.
I have 6 lighters in my backpack, present day. It is not that unreasonable.
You know what I'm going to say on why a Zippo would be pretty good? Hidden messages. Hidden messages with paper.
Yeah.
Sure. So you walk over, you look at the gemstone. You do anything else, or you just it's not lit up?
I'm just as Birdie's going and climbing into the throne, I'm just making sure that none of them light up.
Nope. They do not react to her sitting in the throne at all.
Okay.
How's Birdie reacting?
Well, Birdie, what do you think? Do you want to make another psychometry roll? Do you want to try to connect again?
I don't have access to a coin. But
can just
I think
roll.
the whole goal of climbing into the chair was to try to get a better connection, to get a better reading of what was going on with this thing.
It's true. But you are allowed to
So,
think better of it.
Can say no. There is someone in here who is suicidal enough to do whatever you are attempting.
yeah, but Birdie has also had several critical successes the last 24 hours.
By all means, I'm gonna let a queen pop off. Only on occasion, though.
This is gonna sting. Alright.
All right.
She is going to be looking worse for wear after this.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a critical success.
It's not a critical success, but it is a success.
Yeah.
It's not a hard
Critical success,
either.
I don't know if I wanted a critical success. I've had enough of those.
Okay. What does it look like when you're sitting on the throne and you do your psychometry and you hurt yourself doing this? The others said they were paying attention to you, so what do they see?
They see her, clenching her hands on the armrests so tightly that, you hear knuckles pop. And her face just goes pale white, and she looks like she's going to be violently sick again as she sits here focusing on this throne. She is not looking hot. And you might see a little bit of blood coming out from under her fingernails.
Okay. And then, Connor, you're going to see there's not an entrance to this chamber anymore.
Yeah.
And, James, you're going to see the stones that you're watching to make sure they don't light up. They light up.
I'm gonna go and yell, "Get her off! Get her off that chair!"
And Birdie will say, "You can't remove me from this chair."
Oh, good. Oh, nice.
Victor, Connor, it's good to see you again. James,
I'm just gonna.
I had
Let me take a wild guess. Black Pharaoh?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Black Pharaoh,
What?
wow. Yes! Yes, you're clever. Both of your parents were clever. I can see you come from good stock. I've been wanting to have a direct conversation with all of you. What do you want? Most in the world.
Vengeance.
Answers.
Cotter is absolutely not wanting to answer this question.
I mean, it's fine to not want to. But you're still compelled.
Yeah.
Listen, it would be awkward if you didn't.
Connor will say kind of hesitate and try not to speak, but it just slips out of him, and he'll say, "I want to live a peaceful life."
That's all very possible. Connor, I can make your life easy. I can make the booze flow. I can make the money flow. I can put you, and even, this is Birdie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can make the two of you safe from all harm. Victor, I can tell you, I don't have to tell you, I can lead you directly to the people who harmed you. I can put them at your mercy, and you can do with them as you will. James, not just what happened to your parents. I can give you all of the answers. Any knowledge. Anything you want to know. All I need from you, give up this, what is it, a quest? I know you had
Go ahead.
I know you had a friend. I know that some of my people murdered him. They murder a lot of people. Sometimes I want it to happen, sometimes it's unimportant to me. I didn't need what they did. But I do need you to stop.
Are we free to talk at all? Okay. You are giving me what I need. And I appreciate it.
Connor is not speaking, but he just glares at Victor.
Victor's just gonna walk up to the throne and like I realize he's above, but I'm just looking at it with such defiance and anger. Like it might not be at Bry, but like that look, that 1,000-yard stare of whatever is behind Bry. You might not have caused deaths, but you are the reason for them. And you're the reason why I feel this anger.
Yes.
I know you're real. I know it.
I have caused a lot of deaths. And it was people who served me who took your wife from you. But I don't have to take your son.
I think it's about time someone took something from you.
You gonna shoot Birdie?
I'm really fucking tempted to. You have no idea. I was about to ask Bry, like, hey, Bry, how connected are you to this character? Because that would.
I mean,
Don't do it.
On one hand, I go into basically every game chanting TPK in the back of my head. On the other hand, please don't kill Birdie.
like
I like Birdie.
I don't know what you are, where you came from. I don't know anything about you. But I'll be the one to finish you. I don't care how insignificant I might be, but someone has to stop you. That is why I'm here.
Question.
That is my vengeance. That is something you have already provided.
So he'll say, it
I
sounds
have a
like
question for you.
Victor's not taking my offer. How about the other two?
Before I even answer that,
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Would that song work right now?
I don't know.
Which I will say Birdie was humming it when she got into the throne, so.
Okay.
Humming, but you weren't fully saying it.
While James is thinking, Connor, what
I
do you
will-
say?
Connor is struggling and almost hesitating to say this. I would like to talk to Birdie about this.
You'll have plenty of time to talk to Birdie later. I need an answer now. You'll have
I
the
can't
rest
make
of your
this decision
lives.
for both of me and her.
Connor, we're constantly making decisions for other people.
Yes, but this is the biggest decision I can make, and it will affect her.
Yes. Yes, if you choose to accept my offer, she'll survive. Both of you will be safe.
James is going to speak up.
Mm-hmm.
This world, some answers don't need to be answered. And I don't think this world needs you anymore. I don't think we need another almighty power to step in place. And I will start singing the song. I will pull out the paper because I'm pretty sure I still have it. And I will use my insane knowledge if I have to perfectly replicate the song.
Okay, you pull out the paper, you start singing the song. Birdie's face twists in anger. And Birdie says, "All right, I'll give you an answer for free." And you see in the air in front of you, like a hologram, you see an image of a camp in Africa.
All right.
Do you keep singing, or are you gonna look? Because this isn't just a picture. This is a moving image.
I will look, but I'm going to continue singing.
Okay. There are tents. You see some people moving around in pith helmets. You see some bearers, some native people carrying baskets, coming and going in this camp. And then you see Roger Carlyle walking with Aubrey Penhu. They're discussing something. And immediately behind them, you see your parents.
I'll keep that image in my head, but I'm going to finish this song.
Okay. As you sing, suddenly there's noise coming from this image. Terrible screaming. You see those dragons from England. You see a bunch of them diving out of the sky. You see horrible, diseased mockeries of humanity erupting from the ground. You see fetid columns of black plasticity and other just terrible creatures emerging from the jungle. You can see the members of the expedition being torn apart. You see your parents. You see their last moments. Let's see. The vision fades away. I do need the three of you to make a sanity check there.
Sanity!
Where is my sanity? Give me a second. There we go.
I'm going to say that song helped me a little bit.
Oh!
Very nice.
Oh!
Connor, you're only going to take 1 point. The other two take D4.
D4?
Yep. The vision fades away, and as you're finishing the spell, the god says, "Even the brave know their lot. All doors are closed to you. All your dreams are doomed, and all your struggles are futile."
And this is Connor's reaction. It's a gunshot next to Birdie's head.
Birdie, you come back to yourself just as a bullet erupts off of the stone. Right
Can
next
there
to
be
your head.
two?
Yes, there could be. Well,
Okay.
you're using a shotgun,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
no.
so I don't think you could. Like, you're gonna hit her.
I guess not. Ooh. I guess. No, I was literally thinking about doing that. Props to you, Joey.
Yeah.
But,
I did it so you didn't do it with a shotgun.
Birdie, I need you to make a sanity check too.
Hey! Okay.
That's a D10.
Alright.
Ridiculous.
We maxed out 2 4s and get a D.
You get a 10 and you get a 1. How?
So you do not recall what just happened. You sat down on this throne, you gripped it, and then Connor shot at you.
With that image, after just after finishing the song, after seeing everything, James is gonna drop to his knees and start crying.
Birdie is jumping out of the throne, lifting both of her hands and, like, backing away from Connor and James. Jesus, what in the...
Victor's just gonna. So we only deciphered one of these walls.
I think it's a good idea to let this session end on the turmoil
Yeah.
that you're all
Okay.
feeling. You're still going to be in
Yeah.
the chamber when we pick up next week, so you'll be able to look at the other walls. But yeah, with James collapsed on the ground and sobbing, and Birdie not sure what just happened, I think we'll pick up next week.
Absolutely amazing.
God.
Thanks for playing, everybody. I had a real good time tonight.
Yeah, this is great.
You're getting into the freaky stuff.
Oh yeah. God.
I have the feeling that I'm just gonna deny and continue denying that we have information that one of them survived. There's no way they all died. This has to be a lie.
Yeah, you, as you're sobbing, yeah, it will come back to you. Number one, Hammer said they all survived. And, number two, you do have other information indicating that at least one survived. So you don't know. You're going to have to draw your own conclusions about the vision you were given.
I'm just not gonna... Probably just not gonna believe it.
Okay. Any questions or anything else to say before we say goodnight?
I will say that was masterfully done. You attacked me in my character's one weakness, and now I must act on this. I have been provoked, and now you shall see what kind of wrath I will bring.
Nice.
All I can say is Birdie's in trouble. She's gonna be in trouble.
I will say, I'm happy that I wasn't the one who sat on the chair because I got to talk to like.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Now I get to be the mouthpiece for the god.
Yeah, we'll see.
And
if
I'm
that
the
has
one who
anything
defied
to
the
do with
god.
Yeah, we'll see if he's just an extra voice in my head now.
The one... That is what James is. Sure, I met the god, but I'm the one that defied it.
You did?
Didn't accept it,
yeah.
didn't do anything, I
Connor-
straight up defied it.
I'm glad
And
that you
sent it away.
interrupted Connor, because Connor was going to say yes.
I honestly, I was really tempted to shoot the both of you because you were seeming hesitant, and
I
can't
was
have that.
waiting
I
and
can't
I was
have that.
thinking on if I should actually
My-
go and use the spell or if I should just let it play out.
Yeah,
And I think using the spell was the better idea.
yeah, you
Yeah.
have no idea how close I was to immediately turn coding. Like I had to like resist.
Connor, I think it should linger in your mind for the rest of this campaign that you had at this moment an opportunity to keep both you and Birdie
Oh
safe.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely.
It just means you have to
Connor,
fight tooth and nail now.
Connor's last words were, "I should have said yes."
God.
I'm going to take us off the air now, but I really had fun
Yeah.
talking to all of you tonight.
Yes, it's great.
Good night,
Yeah.
y'all. That was fun.
Good night. Good night.